Alright, guys, so lovers and haters of Rod Seller. This is Rod Seller. And if you find my channel negative, to go ahead. I ain't forced you to stay here. I'm not forced you to stay here. I never force anybody to do anything, okay? I'm just speaking what I'm seeing and what I'm experiencing in this life, okay? So if you find me negative, go right ahead and leave. I don't care. I really don't care. But, as you can see, the state of this world, nothing's getting easier. Nothing is getting easier. Everything is getting harder. Okay? And, can you blame anybody who doesn't want to have children? No. Everything is being taken away. The very distractions, such as retail, physical copies, music, everything's being taken away, right? The economy, right? Okay, the very fact you go to work, if you still have a job, right? If you didn't get hurt and all that stuff. If you own a business, if COVID didn't destroy your business, right? Okay, everything is getting harder. And it's almost like a point where it's like you were set to die. Yeah, you were set to die and fail. And like I said, with that situation, a real God, it would have been better you were never born, right? Especially in that kind of situation. And this is where I fight New Agers and anybody who wants to sit here and tell them something. Oh, you chose to be here and you chose this life and blah, blah, blah. You chose your parents, all this nonsense. This is where you are my mortal enemy when it comes to that. Because I would have never chosen this life. Never. I would have never chosen, somebody who don't know how to lead. And then they're going to call you a failure when you try to do what they tell you, but the core system is a failure itself. Okay? When I was growing up, my father will always say, oh, son, if you, get good grades in school and get past, and you actually complete college, you can actually have that life, that set up life where you won't have to worry about money. Right? And that was a complete lie. A complete lie. Another lie. Hard work pays off and all this stuff. Okay? Just wow. We've been lied to for so long. And like I said, now that I'm in the bottom of the bottom, I'm like, right? Because I have no income, no transportation, no nothing, I'm like literally like one bad infection, one bad sickness to be at death's door, right? And it's just wow. Let me just get on with the point of the video. Who are we to get mad at villains like Zamasu, Goku Black? What are we getting mad for? What are you getting mad when you see them wipe out a whole timeline, wipe out all those mortals? What are you getting mad for? In fact, a real merciful God would actually do that. A real merciful God, a real loving God who actually cared about his creations would actually come and wipe out all the evil in the world. And that includes evil mortals, right? There you go. A real God wouldn't die for people like us. A real God would never sacrifice himself just to save somebody from their own mistakes or transgressions and stuff. A real God would actually say zero mortals plan. For real. Okay? Who are we to get mad at Zamasu for? What do you get mad? We get mad at for. Look at us. We can't even get along with each other. I made a video about can we get past race. No, we're never getting past race. I have to constantly go into a fantasy world just to get past race. Because in this world, I'm always reminded about the racial injustice that I have to endure. while I'm in this life, right? I'm always reminded that, oh, you can only date a black girl. You can only be with a black girl. Because every damn culture in this life hates black people. But like I said, to help this world. Hey, you know what? Ever since, man, you know how like you root for the bad guy? Yeah, that's what I am right now. I'm rooting for the bad guy. You know how like when Zed was beating the Power Rangers? Yeah. And he really, literally conquered the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. He really did. He did conquer the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers because it took all the way to Power Rangers in space just for the Power Rangers just to defeat Zed, Lord Zed. So I consider him a successful villain, right? And then the very, Tommy Oliver. Yeah, there you go. I'm not even going to talk about that, but still. And like I said, this video inspired not just by the prison called life, but it's inspired by like even my own difficulties, my situation, how everything is going. It is way more merciful to not bring children into the world. Oh gosh.
Can I please get Shane Newman to the front desk, please? Shane Newman to the front desk.
See, no privacy. Look, I can't even be in a bathroom. I can't even be in a bathroom without being annoyed because I'm in a shelter. I'm in a homeless shelter, guys. I'm serious. I'm in a dire situation. I can't work. I can't even get disability, guys. This is why I keep making these videos. I'm asking for help. I just wish somebody could set up a business. They take commissions, and then I could just do the cash flow thing. I mean, just wow. I'm asking for help, but like I say, I'm not getting help. All I ever get is scammers, saying, oh, just give me a small fee and blah, blah, blah. And then they just run and block me, just wow. As I was saying, wow, getting interrupted. It's more merciful to not bring children into the world. Okay, I'm gonna say it. I don't want to be like my father. I don't want to be him. I don't want to be another. My father's name's Clifford H. Rodriguez. I don't want to be him. I don't want to, a child from my, my stuff, fearing me because I'm always angry because I can't feed them. I don't want to be that. I don't want to be, child feel like a burden and all that stuff. And then I tell them the same lies. Tell them, oh, get good grades. And, oh, if you have good grades, you'll have abundant life. Which is a lie. Because the system's too corrupt. These kids stand no chance. They don't. They stand no chance. Even if they did everything legitimately, the system has already been set up to screw them over. And now I don't look down at prisoners anymore. I don't look down at criminals anymore because they probably were once somebody who followed the rules. And then, like I said, the system screwed them over, took away their business, and then they had to resort to crime. And then look at this, look at this, look at this. Just designed to keep you, just wow. Designed to make you a criminal, designed to fail you. Okay? And that's why I'm like, you know what, man? Nah. And like I said, who are we to get mad at Zamasu when he says zero motives plan? Who are we to get mad when we can't even get along with each other? Humanity can't even get along with each other. I said, look what you did to like I said, I know I talked shit about Michael Jackson in the past, but now I realize what they did to him. They did the pedophile thing to discredit him. And after they discredited him, then they wanted to erase him. Because like I said, nobody could rival him. Nobody could rival Michael Jackson. No, he's a collaborative performer. But they did the pedophile thing to discredit him, to destroy him. There you go. He always was preaching, oh, make the world a better place, all that stuff, man in the mirror and all that stuff. Come on, man. But no. And I don't care. Oh, I don't care if I'll never be Michael Jackson. I don't care. Who would want to be Michael Jackson in this kind of world? Like I said, that man tried so hard to make this world better, and all humanity did, tore him down. tore him down. But hey, he fought so hard, man. Same with Jason David Francis. I had mentioned Tommy Oliver. I had mentioned, oh my gosh. Wanted his own Sentai, his own version, his own brand. Okay. And, you know, they didn't let him. They didn't let him, man. Saban wouldn't let him. And he literally died for that. Literally. That's my understanding of what happened here. It's just wow. And just like that, after learning that, I'm like, destroy the Power Rangers, destroy the Earth. Destroy the Power Rangers, destroy the Earth. Because, like, just wow. You could be a good-hearted person. You could be somebody, you know, wish the world well. You know, you want humanity to be unity. And then all you ever get is negativity. All you ever get. And then, like I said, tore those two men, destroyed those two men. Right? And that's why I ain't no hero. I gladly say I'm the villain. And like I said, humanity deserves. It deserves zero mortals. You deserve it. Look at that. Can never get past race. Okay? Somebody always greedy. Okay? We can't just have harmony where everybody just earning their money and blah 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 and live out the rest of your life in peace. No, you just can't have that. And like I said, who are we to get mad at Zamasu for? Hell, I say Zamasu is righteous. More righteous. And I know it's just a fictional character, but still. You know? He made more sense than Frieza. Frieza's just evil just because he wants to be evil. But Zamasu actually saw, he's like, oh my gosh, look at every time we create something, these mortals mess it up. Every time we do something, they mess it up. You know? They destroy the animals, destroy the environment. You know? It's time. If we got rid of these mortals, things would be back to normal. That was his whole thing. But I mean, he just wow. Just wow, man. Every day, man. That's why it's more merciful to not have children. You know? Don't bring him in here. Don't bring him into his prison planet. Don't do it. Like I said, I come from a dysfunctional family. I don't want to continue the dysfunctional family. I don't want to continue it. Okay? And like I said, I ain't doing these for no views. I'm not doing this. I'm just as a record of why I act the way I did when I was here. You know? That's all I'm saying. That's why I make these videos. I have no intention to get any monetization, but you know, it does help. I know a little donation here or there. And like I said, every solution that I bring up, they always find another way to get around that. And I'm like, oh my gosh. You know? The United States is a dysfunctional country. I'm just going to say it. It's a dysfunctional, racist, always stressed out country. Okay? You can't even live out the rest of your little prison planet sentence here without worrying about where your next meal is or how you're going to pay your rent. Yeah, I have to pay the shelter. I have to pay them every day. And if I don't pay, I'm out in the streets. And like I said, I can't afford to be out in the streets. I'm very vulnerable right now. I don't have any transportation. And that's why I ask all the time, guys, I'm begging y'all, whoever's listening, even a dollar could help, because I can't work right now. I can't even afford this. I can't even, I got denied twice for disability. Anyway, more ramblings are coming, guys. All right, thank y'all for listening, and obviously it's going to be audio only. But there you go, guys. We're out, so sign out.